Okay, so now we're recording. All right, Mr. Rodriguez, my name is Hector Ruiz, and I'm an investigator here with Olmos Park. Now, the reason that I called you in is because last Tuesday, March the 27th, at approximately maybe 6:05 p.m. or so, I think you made a phone call to 911.
Yes, sir.
And it was transferred over to Alamo Heights Dispatch.
Yes, sir.
And then Dispatch asked you a couple of questions. So before I have it in writing, can you tell me what you actually saw?
I was just coming up McCullough going north on like I said, on McCullough from church. Me and my daughter had just gotten out of church at a Lady of Grace up the road, and we were just driving. We normally do. My parents. When we were at the roundabout, I looked across the roundabout waiting for a car to turn, or one or two, and then I saw somebody at the corner, and he had a rifle.
What corner did you see him?
The corner, it's going to be the northwest corner of the roundabout.
Okay, so what restaurant, do you know the name of the restaurant that is at that corner?
It's right before Tribeca.
Okay, so Tribeca, and then that street will be Earl, the one.
Oh, okay, is that Earl? I don't know.
Yes, sir.
He was actually in the parking lot across from Tribeca right at the time.
Okay, the Lynn Marche.
Yes.
Okay.
He was in there, but he was facing the street, and I noticed him. at an angle, and of course I saw he had a rifle. It looked like a semi-automatic. I don't know guns well enough to see what he was carrying, but it was a rifle.
But you could tell it was a rifle.
Yes, it wasn't like a Woodstock hunting rifle either.
Yeah.
It looked like I said, a semi-automatic assault rifle.
And generally, do you know what people use those kind of rifles for?
Yeah, for harm or for war,
Okay.
to hurt people.
And right now, we're not in a state of war or
right,
like that.
right, yeah. So it looked very odd, very out of place. It didn't look like anything for self-defense or anything like that. But he was standing there. He had it ready to go with a sling. So it was in a very propped position on his body.
So when he had it ready to go, the way you describe it, did that kind of like alarm you? Or scare
Yes, it
you
did. But
because you had your daughter.
It did. When I slowed down to make sure I knew what I was seeing, and that's when I was right. I mean, within 15, 20 feet of him.
Oh wow!
And that's when I slowed down, and he was right there. I assumed he wasn't doing any harm at that second.
Yeah.
Because he was talking on his cell phone.
Okay.
He had his other hand kind of propped up just on it, and it looked like
on the rifle.
On the rifle, he didn't have it up on his shoulder or anything like that. So he had his cell phone, and it looked like he was talking not only on his phone, but it looked like he was talking to somebody across the street.
Okay.
And I started to look around to look if there was anything else going on, but it seemed at the Shell. It seemed like there was a couple cars that were parking. Like the Shell gas station looked like it was kind of like packed.
Okay.
Like usually there's people getting gas.
Yeah.
But not cars like kind of.
Oh, okay.
And so I really thought it was something odd, or people were pulling over to say something or whatever.
Yeah.
Right then I picked up my phone, and that's when I called 911 and I asked for Olmos Park emergency services. And they transferred me, and then I told the dispatcher what I saw, and I didn't stick around. I had my daughter. My daughter's 7 years old, and I had her with me.
Yeah.
So
no, that's the best thing to do.
I just drove off, and
just leave the.
And like I said, I called the dispatcher, and he seemed surprised and questioned me thoroughly. So I thought maybe I saw something wrong, or I kind of doubted myself, thinking that. I shouldn't be making these calls. Maybe it was a policeman, and I drove right through.
No, that's good. I mean,
I drove through something that I shouldn't have been at. I started to have kind of thoughts, but I gave the description of the man. His big, tall, heavy guy, beard, rough looking. He was just wearing I think he was wearing shorts at the time. I don't really remember. Beard, about 6'3", very heavy, at least 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big person. Yeah.
And man, I gave him the description and it just let him know that he was standing near the corner, or just away from the corner, and he was facing traffic. So he was, facing the.
So he knew what he was doing.
Of course,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah. So
he was drawing attention to himself.
But not the good type of attention.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, it scares somebody. I mean, you're talking about with your family.
Of course. And my daughter knew what she saw. She wasn't as alarmed as me.
Yeah.
She was just like, "What's he doing?" Like,
Oh, she even asked that.
Yes, and she said, "I don't know. That's why I called." And I probably alarmed her more than he did.
Yeah.
She knows that I'm a hunter and everything like that, and so she knows that guns are.
But she knows you don't go walking around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she knew that there was something wrong.
Okay.
But that's what, like I said, I just knew that I drove off and got away from it.
Okay.
So that was basically it. Didn't see anything else. No type of running or nothing like that.
Now, did you hear anything about it later on in the news?
I didn't. I kind of briefly looked, and it's like you said, it was around 6 o'clock, because I know that I had just gotten out of church, 5:30 mass, and was coming out. So I said, you know what? It's probably not going to make up the 5. It's not going to make the 6 o'clock noise of the evening. Yeah. So maybe I'll check at 10 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock in the evening, I didn't hear anything and I think I probably checked one station. And I thought, wow, maybe nothing, maybe it was no big deal, but I just thought that from what I saw, I thought it would hit the news and it would be something, especially nowadays with all the things going on. I thought for sure, something would pop up. Even on my phone, I get an active shooter alerts and stuff like that. And I thought, man, maybe I'd get something from that, and I would know. Because, like I said, I do live in the neighborhood. My parents live up the street. And never heard anything. Okay. So I just blew it off and just figured, okay, hopefully they took care of it all as well.
And we did.
Good. I didn't know if there was more people involved. Because, like I said, he was on the phone. It looked like he was talking to somebody across the street.
And there were
more people involved.
There were more people involved.
Because he just right at the edge of the street. I mean, the curb is right here, and he's just standing there, and he's talking, and hand gestures and stuff. He had his hand here, but then he was talking, and he looked up, and I saw him looking like it looked like the Shell station, but I couldn't pinpoint anything. And of course, I'm driving.
So. Yeah, of course, and you want the safety of your daughter in priority. But yeah, there were other people involved.
911, where's emergency? At the corner of McCullough and Olmos Avenue, there's a man with it looks like a assault rifle on his body with a sling.
Okay, is he pointing at anybody?
No, but he's walking around with it, and he has it on a sling across his chest.
And what does he look like?
Big guy with a beer cap on. He's right by the roundabout.
You said he's got a beard?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has a big, heavy beard. He's about 6'3", about 300 pounds.
And what kind of clothing is he wearing?
Shorts and a t-shirt.
What color are they?
I'm not sure. I was just driving by briefly. I don't know if it's an emergency. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
I don't know if he's just looking for attention. He doesn't have it in his hands, but he has it on his sleeve across his chest.
Okay. Well, we have officers on the way over there right now. Is he by himself, or is there anyone else with him?
He's by himself, about a block from you.
I'm sorry?
It's just about a block off between the police station.
Okay. Okay. Well, we have officers on the way over there. Are you still over there in the area, or have you left?
No, I quit driving.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
We're getting 911 calls for a male with an AK-47 around his neck in the 4300 block of McCullough by Tribeca.
Hey, Buster, say again?
Man with a gun. They advise he has an AK-47 around his neck, wearing all black in the 4300 block of McCullough.
Copy, I'll be around.
Showing around 329 that way as well.
329 Monroe.
Showing up. Before my caller hung up, they said he was by the Tribeca.
301. What's the nature of the call?
Looks like it's going to be the Second Amendment. People, male with the AK-47 around his neck.
Last one. 312, hold your channel.
Copy. So all you need to code your non-emergency traffic for Olmos Park to be on everything's code 4. Toronto code.
Tell me who. All right. So today's April 11th, 2018. My name is Hector Ruiz. I'm a detective here with Olmos Park. And in front of me, I have a gentleman that is going to give me a statement regarding an incident that happened on March 27th of this year regarding an open carries group. Okay, so what is your name?
My name.
Do me a favor and just read the affidavit to the
Okay.
camera.
All right. On March 27, 2018, I was driving south on McCullough Avenue at the Olmos Park Circle near the Shell gas station around 1800 hours when I saw a gentleman on my right side as I entered the circle with an AK-47 style type gun. The gun had a strap. Out of nervousness, I did not want to make eye contact with the man. I called the police while on the phone. I wanted to make sure I was not seeing something that was not real. I prolonged my entry at the circle and confirmed it was an AK-47 style type gun. I found it very alarming. One reason why I called the police was due to a friend of mine who lived to tell about the Las Vegas shooting. Listening to my friend's account prompted me not to have a similar situation in San Antonio. You never know what runs through people's minds.
Okay, so this statement is true and correct to the best of your knowledge,
Yes.
sir?
911, where's your emergency?
Hi, I was calling to report a situation. There's a gentleman with like an AK-47 around his neck, right there at the roundabout there on McCullough and Olmos Park, there across the street from the Shell station.
Okay.
And it's right next door to Tribeca, and I don't know if he's just like trying to make a statement, but it seems kind of awkward. And I thought maybe since, police may want to check it out.
Okay, and is he pointing it at anybody, or is it around his neck? Just sitting around his neck?
It's around his neck, but he's in the corner looking at cars that are passing by. So it just looks very awkward, and he's been standing there for the past 5-10 minutes.
And you said he has an AK-47?
Yeah, and it has a strap, and it's around his neck.
Okay, and your name? 5690?
Yes.
Okay, and what is he wearing? Could you tell?
He's in all black.
Alrighty, I'll get an officer out there. Are you still in the area? Or are you just...
No, I took
continue?
off. I'm back in Elmo Heights, yeah, but he's right there by the Tribeca, right there on the corner.
Okay, I'll get somebody out there.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.